Hello, it's Jimmy again, and I want to talk to you about my sexuality. Again, no one owes you their sexuality or who they choose to love. They don't owe an explanation or why. But I think it's important for me to talk about it as a way of claiming who I am and being extensively proud. Peaches is laying on me being so silly. Very needy. So for me, being queer means that I get to love who I want to love regardless of gender presentation or gender identity. I love people for who they are, not what they look like or not what they appear to be. And it's as simple as that. To get more into it, queer is a term of very much endearment for me. It's that ability to say that, yeah, I'm part of the LGBTQIA community, but my gender is a little different because I don't identify solely as, well, lesbian, and I don't identify solely as gay, but I identify somewhere in the middle, somewhere without binary. So for me, that's queer. I also identify as a bit of a demisexual. Demisexual are people who can't be in a relationship or aren't typically in relationships without romantic interest. And for me, that's really important because I want to be in a relationship with people that I am romantically and emotionally involved with. Isn't that right, Peaches? I also identify as polyamorous, which means that I love many people. Poly being, well, many, and amorous meaning love. So for me, I add more into it by being poly within the queer community. And that just means I tend to date one or two people, sometimes three, who also have relationships with other people. I think it's important to shed light onto it because it's different from polygamy. Polygamy is a religious marriage ceremony between more than one person, usually a person of a specific gender to the opposite sex. And then that specific gender is to have multiple persons who marry them. Now, that's a very basic thing. If you would like to learn more about it, there's plenty of resources out there to learn about polygamy, but today I'm talking about being queer and polyamorous. Being queer and polyamorous isn't the easiest thing. You would think in a community that has so many different ways of expressing themselves and loving, it'd be easy to find other poly people. But just like being monogamous, which means one partner, is really hard. You really have to find and experience other people. As much as I love people and I think people are great, sometimes it's really hard to narrow someone down that you want to have a romantic relationship with. Or even someone's, in my case. Adding the fact that I'm mentally ill and disabled on top of it, well, mentally ill disabled, makes it a little bit tricky sometimes because I don't always have the energy to keep up with multiple relationships, even though I try very hard. But it's not up to me to decide what my partner thinks or does, but it is up to me to do what's best for me and my body. Or my partner's. That's a little bit of a monogamy hangover. If you'd like to know more about queer people or even dating as polyamory, I'd really recommend Decolonizing Love on TikTok. They are amazing. They are an amazing resource for polyamory. Peaches is being very cute. As always, me and Peaches love you and have a wonderful evening.